Hey guys, how are you? Mike G here from the Wellness Bucket. Thank you so much for joining me for another Motivation Monday message. I'm big time excited and grateful that you guys are here, so thank you. And let's go ahead and dive into this week's message. And this week's message is on overcoming anxiety, or at least getting it in control. So, anxiety is something that I've dealt with, I've struggled with, earlier in my years, and every once in a while it still creeps up and tries to get a hold of me, and I'm sure there's plenty of us that struggle or battle or call it whatever you will, have to deal with anxiety, whether it's regularly or depending on what's happening in our lives. So last week, I bring this up, let me tell you where this stems from. Last week, unfortunately, myself including several hundreds if not thousands of people were mourning the loss of Scott Dinsmore from Live Your Legend, and it was a stressful time for myself personally. And speaking of anxiety, it was one of those anxiety type of weeks, with be feeling anxious and having to deal with such a tragic loss. And it got me to thinking of three ways that have always helped me whenever I'm feeling anxious, and whether it's dealing with the death of a friend or family, or loss of a job, or a relationship not going well, whatever it may be. There's always been three things that have helped me deal with the anxiety whenever I'm feeling it, and I want to share with you guys, and hopefully it can help you as well during those times of anxiousness. So let me share them with you here. Number one is exercise. And you're probably saying, I knew you were going there, but it really is true. Exercise can certainly help whenever we're feeling anxious. I know it helps me whenever I'm feeling anxious or overwhelmed or stressed, whatever, call it what you will. I know when I go for a run, or I just get an exercise routine in, even if it's 15 minutes, just blowing off that steam helps me big time. And it's not just psychological, physiologically too, in the body. It's helping to calm us down, to alleviate that stress and anxiety. So number one, to either prevent it, or even, during those times of stress and anxiety, go ahead and maybe go to the gym, go for a run, just get some exercise in, because it definitely can help make a difference. It does for me, and I really think it can help you guys out as well. Number one is exercise. Number two is identifying your thoughts, or more so, just being mindful of your thoughts. Thinking about, it's going to sound funny, but thinking about what you're thinking about. As thoughts come into your mind, just really be mindful of what you're thinking about, and give it value or don't give it value. It's really in your control. I know a lot of the times I find myself, stressed out or anxious, and it's really because of my thoughts, what I'm thinking. Nothing has really happened, but it's just more of my thinking. So I encourage you guys to really be mindful of what your thoughts are, and this has helped me substantially in terms of helping to overcome anxiety, because it was pretty bad as a kid growing up. I used to have it a ton. It's actually a scary thing if you've never had like an anxiety attack. But over the years, because I've been able to recognize my thought patterns and knowing that, man, I'm starting to think this way, and I can feel myself getting anxious and nervous, or call it whatever you will, stressed, I notice that, and I almost like you catch it. I catch it before it happens, and it stops me from going into that place of anxiousness and even an anxiety attack, etc. So just be mindful of your thoughts. It's helped me out big time, and I'm thinking it can definitely help you guys out as well. And then lastly, the last one is, what I have found is whenever I'm not doing the things that are important to me, the work that's important to me, or I reaching out to my family, telling them I love them, or meeting up with friends, or doing the work that I love, just the stuff that makes me happy. Whenever I'm not just being true to myself, and I know I'm not, my outside actions are not, in sync with what I'm feeling internally, what I want internally, I know it's during those times that I have a higher level of stress and anxiety. So if I had to offer that third piece of advice, is just make sure that, what you're doing externally, the life you're living, in any aspect of it, relationship, financial, career, whatever it may be, make sure it's in line with internally, your values and what really matters and what's important to you, because that in itself can play a huge role in terms of alleviating anxiety. So those are the three, guys. Just to recap: exercise, number one, be mindful of your thoughts, how and what you're thinking. And lastly is live the life, live according to what makes you happy, what matters to you. Those are the three ways that I hope can help you guys battle anxiety. So if you do experience it, I know I do, and It's not something that I love, but it's life, and you know you do what you can where you are with what you have, right? So anyways, that's this week's message, guys. You're awesome. Thank you so much for being here for another week. Have a great week ahead. If I can help you in any way, please don't ever hesitate to reach out to me. It's Mike at thewellnessbucket.com. You're awesome, and until next Monday, cheers.